Professor Starantino. Welcome to Office Hours. Today we're going to talk about composition classes, what they are and why they're important. So composition is the 101, 102 classes. They have different numbers in different universities, classes that everybody needs to take. So quick history of composition. For centuries, back to like the time of Aristotle, good argument was something that everybody could do. They knew what the rhetorical devices were. They knew what made a good argument and how people could back up what their argument was. It was something that was done in the public forum as entertainment, these debates that people would have. And then over time, it was something that was taught to typically uh, rich white men. Uh, who got to have a good formal education when they were younger. And so by the time they got to college, they were already versed in this. Fast forward to the 1900s when we decided that we're going to let everybody go to college, and also that teaching rhetoric and argument is not that important anymore. So we don't teach that in the school before college. So now you have a bunch of students who are not having a private education and they're not learning these skills before they get to college, but they need them once they get to college. So composition classes fill in that gap. So composition sometimes is housed in the English department, sometimes it's housed in its own department, or sometimes it's somewhere else on campus. But it's usually the biggest group of classes on campus because they are usually capped at 25 at the most because they're writing intensive. And it's difficult for a writing professor to give good feedback and to really teach writing with more than that in each class. So you need more professors to take care of these classes. Like I said, there's a 10, 10, 20, 10, or 101, 102, and they are teaching communication skills, critical thinking skills, information literacy, and inquiry and analysis. Being able to make a good argument with a thesis is difficult. And backing it up with good research is also difficult. But if you go online, people think they're doing this well all the time, and they're not. Um, Research for a lot of people is finding a YouTube video that backs up what they already think, which it shouldn't be. Good research should make you look at the whole picture about something and then make a decision about how you feel about it based on all the evidence. It's not an emotional decision, it's a reasoned decision. It should make you change your mind sometimes. Research should be using academic sources, and we will talk more about that later, but they're typically peer-reviewed articles by professionals in their fields. That's what peer-reviewed means. The point of composition classes is to be able to look up academic work, find out what the conversation is, and then join that conversation in our writing by making our own argument and explaining where we fit into that conversation. So yes, it is the foundation for almost all your other classes. Writing comes up for the rest of your life. You can't avoid it. You might as well be good at it. So that's why we have composition classes, to make sure that the students have these skills and are ready for their other classes. So if you have not taken composition, I highly recommend doing it your first year. Some students avoid it until their senior year, and they have made their life a lot harder over those 4 years because those skills would have helped them.